Hi, this is David, and I thought I knew or have reported everything crazy about Joesph Smith. It never ends, folks. It never ends. I have heard this before when I was a younger Mormon. I'm a resigned Mormon now. But I never got evidence of it until recently, in the last year or so. It's too commonly reported, so I'm going to report it. Joesph Smith had a magic... he was a magic guy. He could look in a hat and see in a rock the Book of Mormon. I don't know how he does that. I don't. But God's ways are not our ways. Anyway, he had on him all the time, according to Emma Smith, a Jupiter. I'm going to have to get the term, and I'll get the spelling for you so you can look it up yourself. Let me pull it up here. Here it is. It's a Jupiter, like the planet, Talisman, T-A-L-I-S-M-A-N-S. It's for wealth and good fortune. Now, it's not exactly a rabbit's foot. He could have wrapped garments around his head, and he would have been more lucky at Carthage than carrying this little thing. Well, this is an ancient magic coin. Has two sides, and I believe it has Masonic emblems on it, but that is a supposition. I haven't researched the Jupiter, so, and frankly, I don't give a shit. He's so weird. One more weird thing just stacks into the pile. But anyway, when he was shot at Carthage for burning the Nauvoo expositor, when he died and they collected up his body, he had the talisman on him. I have heard that, and now I believe that, and Emma Smith's statements that he wore it or carried it always, I believe. Any guy that looks in a hat and sees magic words and also has $1 million or $100 million worth of gold plates that never had a job in his life, and he gave them back to the angel, and the angel took them so that we would have faith in Joesph. Gold angels and virgin births, I just have trouble with, folks. I'm sorry, I have trouble. But anyway, the talisman symbol and signs and tokens and things that were on the coin were for good luck, not being shot out of a window, not having other men chasing him because of his marrying and screwing their wives, and maybe lucky for Helen Mar Kimball, he got at least two 14-year-olds down on their back, so maybe that was the talisman helping there. It wasn't Jesus, I'm sure. Well, I'm pretty sure. Liberty Jail, the talisman didn't do shit. Being driven out of Kirtland because he printed up monopoly money and took real money from the members, and they chased his ass out of town. It's kind of like the cross with the Catholics, you know, to keep the vampires away. He's waving the talisman, and the members are going, screw that, we want our money back. And his horse was the fastest horse in the world, and it was always ready to run. It never had its saddle off or bridle. It was just parked wherever he was. So that didn't help there. And in Nauvoo, I think he was holding it up when the lightning struck the temple and burned it to the ground. That sucked. And so anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Joesph believed in more than just crystal stones, looking into them and finding riches. He was prosecuted and convicted of was it glass looking? I forget what the charge was in New York City, that he took money to look into the ground with crystals or whatever to find treasures for people. That business, he was a little bit of an entrepreneur, but that business, they prosecuted him, and he lost. We have those court records now. They've been found, and the Mormons say, no, he was never so if you show the records to them, they go blind. So it doesn't matter what you say to a Mormon. They're going to believe what they've been told. So anyway, in New York, I've told you before, they gave him what's called foot bail. Foot bail is, rather than putting you in jail and having to pay for you, we are going to chase you out of town, and you better run like hell. That's foot bail, and don't come back here. So the Talisman, he's waving that at the judge. The judge goes, screw that, get out of town. So Joesph had to run out of that town. So anyway, the Talisman also had been known for love and for relationships. I guess he thought, when he went to the other authorities of the church and said, I want to marry your wife, here's my magic talisman, and I have the right to love and love your wife. And the members are so stupid, they go, okay. Heber C. Kimball gave up his little 14-year-old Helen Marr, and oh God, Fannie Mae, and there's 2 or 3 others. The kids he adopted out of Canada, he stole their, I think it was $1,600 they came down with. He married both of those girls' sisters, and you know, just shenanigan after shenanigan. But the Talisman didn't do him much good. You can buy them now. Please, go. I'm not lying. Go on the internet and look for the Jupiter Talisman. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, there's a bookstore called the LDS Bookstore. Now, it's not connected to the LDS Church, but he borrowed the LDS Bookstore, and I guess he's got a copyright on it. So anyway, I don't know if there. I saw one that was $100. And I saw another one that was $10. So, as usual in the Mormon Church, the more you pay, the more luck you have. Mitt Romney has the luck of running for president. You know, he sold all of it, or he gave to the Mormon Church for tithing, I think, Burger King stock. I think, is it Domino's that he also brought up out of the ground and gave the church stock money in that. So the Mormon Church, every time, I don't go into Burger King anymore, because when I bite into that burger, I get sick to my stomach thinking the money is going into the Mormon Church and into their $5 billion mall. So in my own way, I protest. So if you want a talisman, get on the internet and buy it. Don't count on it like Joesph did. It didn't do any good at all. And he died with it in his pocket. So you know where his loyalties and his magic thinking all came from. And the golden plates and the angels and looking into a hat. The guy never had a job. Never. He looked, when he went to Emma Smith's father, and Emma said, I'd like to marry him, her father had a fit. He said he's never had a job. He's a treasure seeker. He's a fortune hunter. He's not going to support you. And at times Joesph did, because he took monies from the members of the church and supported her. Then he had the mansion house down there in Nauvoo. I've been in the mansion house. And I told you once before, it ain't no mansion. It's a big old, kind of a log cabin with chinking between the logs to keep the wind from coming in, and plenty of bedrooms upstairs. And Emma caught him in a lot of those bedrooms between Fannie Mae and Helen Marr and Nancy Winchester and God knows how many other women. I don't know why she stayed with him, but anyway, she did. And when they went west, Emma said, screw you, Brigham. I ain't going nowhere. She stayed there. And the mansion house was kind of a hotel for Nauvoo people traveling through, especially young single women. What a church! And you know, I missed something on my other video. I got to tell you, when Mitt Romney ran and has run here for the President of the United States, did the Mormons really think that as their religion came out, that people would join it and embrace it and put Mitt Romney as President of the United States? These people are so out of touch with reality, you know, they might as well live on a damn Ouija board. Temple Square should be a huge Ouija board. The more people know about the Mormon Church and the atrocities and the doctrines of becoming gods, and if you're not a god, you lose your penis, where do all those penises go? I could go there in the heap and see if I could find mine. I don't want anyone else's. I just want mine in outer darkness. It'll give me something to do. So, you know, buy a talisman, be lucky, be a Mormon. Thanks.